Good morning, guys. I'm here in Uvalde. Today is the first official training day for the World Gliding Championships. Let's prepare the glider.
Here in Texas, the temperatures get really hot later in the day, so we start early. Together with my brother, I ballast the glider and pull it into the grid position. At 10 o'clock, we head to the official briefing in the sport hall. This is where we get a rundown on the weather conditions for the day, the task we need to complete, and any potential hazards or safety concerns that came up yesterday. Once we are back at the airfield, we finish up the final preparation for takeoff. Just before we get started, I do the pre-flight inspection, making sure the glider is in top condition. It's essential to check every detail to ensure everything is ready. Then I have a final tactical discussion with my teammate Simon to refine our strategy. With everything set, it's finally time to take to the skies. While most of the competitors in the 18-meter class are launching with air tubes, I'm using my electric motor for takeoff today. With a takeoff mass of 600 kilograms, climbing to about 500 to 600 meters requires between 23 and 30% of my battery capacity. This leaves me with plenty of reserve, enough range for about 100 kilometers, providing a solid safety margin in case the weather changes unexpectedly. Overheating has never been an issue, even with ground temperatures reaching up to 45 degrees Celsius. I typically launch with full power for the first 2 minutes, and the system handles it without a problem.
Again, it's very hot. We have 5 minutes left until the start line opens for us, so we have a pilot event start today. That means that we need to press a button here on the logger, on the tracker, that we want to start in 10 minutes. Then our start gate is open for 10 minutes, and if we miss this gate, we can start another pilot event up to 3 times. Otherwise we get 50 penalty points. And we are here in a small gaggle trying to get to the cloud base. So our start is not limited to an altitude or speed or so. So of course everyone is trying to get as high as possible. But we don't know when the others want to start actually. Started the task. It's not easy today because we have here a blue area where we need to fly. We have more clouds, more cumulus on the right hand side, more on the left hand side. So we need to make a deviation. And we now switch between those two positions back and forth. We decided for the left hand side now. Looks good. It's okay. But definitely not as good as last week.
Here, we are in a really good part of the flight where you can clearly see the beautiful cumulus clouds. They are not perfectly lined up, but the spacing between them is small, which is ideal. How do you stay fast in good weather? For me, it's become almost intuitive, but I'm sure some of you can benefit from the following tips. First, I closely observe the cloud ahead, estimating where and how strong the lift might be. At the same time, I think ahead about whether I'll want to circle or just use the energy from straight flight. Next, I listen and glance at the barometer. As soon as I feel the first signs of lift, I gently pull back on the elevator. Once the speed decreases a bit, I adjust to a slightly more positive flap setting. At the first signs that the lift is weakening, I go back to a more negative flap setting and let the glider pick up speed again. With my Laros barometer, I can be confident that it's real vertical lift and not just a horizontal wind gust giving false readings on the tech vario. In great weather like this, I usually only reduce speed to around 160 to 150 km an hour in my AS33. You want to be fast, but still efficient.
Das ist jetzt wieder die Polygonfrage, ob das hier problematisch ist. Alter! Nicht, dass es so ist wie in Australien.
Du meinst?
Wo man dann nicht im Sektor war.
Ach so.
As you can see, the landscape here is mostly small bushes, a few dirt roads and some wind turbines in the background. Aside from airfields and farm strips, there are absolutely no safe options for an outlanding in this area. The task was originally planned to take us much further north. However, a layer of higher clouds ahead is slowing us down and we are unsure if conditions further north might turn completely blue. After discussing with Simon, we decided to cut the training task short. We've already had a great flight, which gave us valuable practice for team flying and helped us gauge our performance against the other participants.
Here you can compare these two barometers, alexander-schleicher S10 with the Hawk test license, and here this Steepfly Laros barometer dual Gene SS with this prototype vario gauge here, or here also an executor. I have here the real-time wind, the barometer.
At the end of the runway, my brother is already waiting with a pickup truck to pick me up. It's time to wrap things up. We quickly clean the glider and put on the Cloud Dancer's all-weather covers to protect it. With everything taken care of, it's pool time again. Thanks for watching. If you don't want to miss the next video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Cheers, guys.